Hello students, let us continue exercise 4C, integers. Now we have already discussed extra question related to integers. Now we discuss V part. These are additional questions. 10 minus 18. 10 is positive, 18 is negative. Both integers have opposite sign. One is positive, other is negative. So we find their difference, and their difference is 8. 8 comes from 18 and sign of 18 is negative. So sign of difference is also negative. That is minus 8. Now minus 10 plus 18. Both integers have opposite sign. So we find their difference, and their difference is 8. 8 comes from 18 and sign of 18 is positive. So sign of 8 is also positive. That is plus 8. Now next 10 minus 20. One is positive, other is negative. So we find difference. Difference is 10. Difference of 10 and 20 is 10. 10 comes from 20 and sign of 20 is negative. So sign of 10 is also negative. So sign of difference will be negative. That is minus 10. Minus 10 plus 20. First is negative, second is positive. Both integers have opposite sign. So we find difference. And their difference is 10. 10 comes from 20 and sign of 20 is positive. So sign of 10 is also positive. That is plus 10. 10 minus 21. Both integers have opposite sign. One is positive, other is negative. So we find their difference, and their difference is 11. 11 comes from 21 and sign of 21 is negative. So sign of 11 is also negative. That is minus 11. Minus 10 plus 21. First is negative, other is positive. So we find difference, and their difference is 11. 11 comes from 21. Sign of 21 is positive. So sign of 11 will be positive. That is plus 11. Now 10 minus 10. One is positive and other is negative, and their difference is 0. Their difference is 0. 10 minus 10, 0. Minus 10 plus 10, which is also equal to 0. One is negative, other is positive. So we find their difference, and difference is 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Now minus 100 minus 50. Both integers have same sign. So we find their addition, and their addition is 150. And sign of 150 is negative because both integers have same sign, that is minus. So minus 100 minus 50 is equal to minus 150. Minus 100 plus 50. First is negative, second is positive. So we find their difference, and their difference is 50. 50 comes from 100 and sign of 100 is negative. So sign of 50 will be negative. Minus 50. Minus 40 minus 30. Both integers have same sign. So their addition will be 70. And sign of addition will be negative. That is minus 70. Minus 40 plus 10. One is negative, other is positive. So we find their difference, and their difference is 10. And 10 comes from negative. 10 comes from minus 40. So sign of 10 will be negative. That is minus 10. Minus 50 minus 70. Both integers have same sign. So their addition 120. 50 plus 70, that is 120. And sign of 120 is negative because both integers have same sign, that is minus. So their addition will be minus 120. minus 50 plus 70, first is negative, second is positive, so we find their difference, and their difference is 20. Difference of 50 and 70 is 20. 20 comes from 70 and sign of 70 is positive, so sign of 20 will be positive, that is plus 20. Now next, integers, additional question, addition, subtraction, divide, multiply of integer. Rule of multiplication and divide of integers. When a positive integer multiply by a positive integer, we get positive integer. When a negative integer multiply by a negative integer, we get a positive integer. When a positive integer multiply by a negative integer, we get a negative integer. When a negative integer multiply by a positive integer, we get a negative integer. When a positive integer divided by a positive integer, we get a positive integer. When a negative integer divided by a negative integer, we get positive integer. When a positive integer divided by negative integer, we get negative integer. When a negative integer divided by positive integer, we get negative integer. Now again repeat. If both integer have same sign, so their product will be positive. If both integer have same sign, so their product will be positive. If both integer have opposite sign, so their product will be negative. If both integer have opposite sign, so their product will be negative. If both integer have same sign, so their division will be positive. If both integer have same sign, so their division will be positive. If both integer have opposite sign, so their division will be negative. If both integer have opposite sign, so their division will be negative. This is the rule of multiplication and division of integers. Now explain some question. -6 multiply -2. Negative integer multiply negative integer, we get positive integer, so we write 6 2 ja 12 plus 12 plus 12. Now -6 divided by -2. -6 divided by -2, we get positive. 2 3 ja 6 plus 3. This is your required answer, plus 3. Now first negative, second positive. First negative, second positive, so their multiplication negative. -6 multiplied to -12, -12. When a negative integer multiplied by a positive integer, we get negative integer, so -12. Next, -6 divided by 2 plus 2. -6 divided by plus 2, we get negative, so we write -3. -6 divided by 2, we get -3. Now first is positive and second is negative, so their multiplication will be negative, so we write -12. 6 2 ja 12, that is -12. 6 divided by -2. 6 is positive, 2 is negative, and their result will be negative, so we write -3. Now next, both integer have same sign, that is +6 multiply +2 plus 6 multiply +2, we get positive, so we write +12. 6 divided by 2. Positive integer divided by positive integer, we get positive. 6 divided by 2, we get 3, +3. This is your required answer. Now revise these questions in your revision notebook and try exercise 4C in your fair notebook. Thank you.